Mr. Sufo, you asked some germane questions.
Yeah, but what I wanted to add is that, please,
yes,
please.
Quick.
What I wanted to add is that let no one create an impression that I am not, as it were, supporting any acts of any government or any person to fight corruption. No, I support every act, every strategy, every procedure within the confinement of the law, emphasis mine, within the confinement of the law, without necessarily denting images and reputations of people unduly.
Okay.
That is all that I'm saying. So let's be circumspect with how we go about this process. Let's be very careful so that we don't use it as a way of witch hunting people. Because you see, I saw a publication from Raymond Archer. He's part of the committee, right? Somewhere in 2023, as it were, signaling to McDan that pray that the NPP will not come to power. The NDC will not come to power. Pray that the NPP will stay in power forever. This is the person who is now part of the committee. So there are tendencies.
I get. You see, there's a famous saying in account. You see, those who cut hairs always fear to sleep supinely. Exactly. So it's because you see, you are afraid that possibly what you did, and that should be
I have not done anything.
Not you. No, I'm saying that it's a lesson to you, me, Senior Martin, and everybody, that in this life, whatever you do, there are consequences to it.
Absolutely.
And so if you would decide that because you are politically connected, you go and destroy somebody's business, Raymond Archer, with the work that he's doing, is not permitted, quote unquote, to witch hunt. But if they are witches, if they are witches, okay,
you hand them procedurally.
Thank you. Now,
procedurally,
yes,
and that I am in agreement with you. Due process.
I just need some few minutes for the member of this committee because there are a number of questions. First off, why would your work end after an attorney general is appointed? That's one of the questions, first of all, you're asking, correct?
Yeah.
So after the AG is appointed, the status quo remains that these state institutions that are mandated to fight corruption now get on to the fight. Yes. Because essentially what I understand by the details of your work is that after you receive all this documentation, it will still go to the state institutions that you have raised questions about, that they are opaque and they have some deficiencies in their functioning to prosecute these cases. So which problem are we solving?
Yes, so what I see, I see that to that extent, in a way, the work continues. I see what you mean, because when we gather, you see, like the chairman said, we're going to give the report to the AG, that's the general one. But in the general one, there will be disaggregations. The cases that will go to Yoko will go to Yoko, the ones to police, then the ones to OSP to OSP. Yes, to that extent, it means that it's a continuation of the work. But it's a committee as a committee that would no longer function. Because you see, Honorable Kujetu showed in the plan that the government will set up the appropriate framework, right? After getting the ministers and all those people in, we will not function as a committee. But I see, I concede to that
gaps. So will the gaps be filled right after the oral committee?
So that's why. So I appreciate that. It's good. That's why I always say matters like this. You know, democracy is crowd wisdom. So as you're all showing your perspectives, I see what you mean. That to a certain extent, it's a continuation of the committee's work. It's okay. Let's leave it. The most important thing is that the work gets done.
You see, Senior, my point is that you see, we have the benefit of Ghana's. We have the benefit of Ghana's 50.
Part of your time to
you see, we have the benefit of Ghana's 50. We have the benefit of Ghana's 50. And we knew what happened thereafter. And so with the benefit of Ghana at 50, we are going to put things right. Look.
So that's fine. So I'll go to the next one. So then he said we are usurping the powers. I don't know, as if you've compelled us. It looks like this is the third time I have to repeat the arguments, but maybe I have to. Perhaps those, when I first spoke, they hadn't joined. What we are saying is that you're saying just go and give those committees. What we are doing is illegal. We are saying no, you don't even accept that human beings are different. Not everybody walks alone. Some people need support. And I even showed you the example of even Dr. Anamzoya, now professor. It's not illegal.
No, these are functions of state institutions.
So you can't bring me a complaint and I'll take you to OSP and to work. I'm showing you the NDA.
That is the mandate of the state institution.
So you don't even understand. Please, are there viewers who are psychologists? Pull out different types of personalities. You are not getting it. You only have the mindset of a lawyer. Others are psychologists. I'm telling you that human beings are different. Don't you see? There are some friends, everything they want to do, they'll come to you. Oh, I say, what this I want to do. What do you say? Will you go with me?
So should we lead this country on the basis of psychology and not law?
But you don't know that it's an amalgamation of all the professions.
So what does the law say? What does the law say?
The law says come and I'm telling you that.
You see, this is a committee whose work flows directly from the Transitions Act.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that.
So hold on. In terms of hold on. If you look at even the release from the Transition Committee, it never gave what you call terms of reference.
Yes.
So that, for instance, you say that these terms falls within the mandate and scope of, say, YOCO, OSP, or what have you.
Yes.
Because you see, they have been properly advised even how to couch those releases, so as not to move into the jurisdiction of any of the established state agencies.
Right.
These are preparatory works.
Okay.
So, like I pointed out, you may have some genuine reasons why you think that you should not have an organization or a committee that will work outside legal remit. But at this point, itself is not a creature of statute. Then you can accuse it of even operating outside.
Right.
That is why we have said consistently that this is just preparatory work at the right time.
Well, but
we'll come back. He's a member of parliament.
Yes,
we'll come back to you.
Yes. That point about the psychology, even the law recognizes psychology. That's why, for instance, you make provision for. I'm coming. You make provision
so you've had your say. Let's explain so that.
I think that if you go on straight jacket, if you make provision for even the whistleblowers. Who would not necessarily want to go through
and where
the
are they supposed to send
process
information? Whistleblowers.
So that's why you're saying.
Are they supposed to send it to the Rural Committee?
The different shades of human beings.
Yes,
their makeup
you are not able to
is accommodated in law.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Take it easy.
To that extent.
And I just showed you. Do you know the NDA
you make
case?
your point.
The NDA case. Anamzoya is a professor now. That time he was PhD in Legon. Looking for help to present this case to OSP. He didn't get until he finally found me. So you're saying the professor at Legon doesn't know that he can just walk to OSP? No, but he could see that no. And it was good he just didn't walk in there and put it into that opaque system. You see how nature works? He went around looking for people. He went to police, they were running away. He went to some journalists, then I don't know what happened. It didn't go well. Then finally he came to me somehow. Then I said, okay. Then I took it to TV, those days, Joy FM, then TV3. Then later, we went to OSP, and it worked. So please, this is your thing that just walk to OSP, walk to YOCO. No, and this is not our first time. Do you know the case of Apia? Apia was a lawyer, former public prosecutor. Right. You know Apia was prosecuted. When the committee was set up to prosecute him, lawyer... Bright or the CPP presidential
Bright Akwete
and co. When they were in that committee, people went to the committee and in front there dropped an envelope anonymously. So some people too like to come and give their documents anonymously. Look at the huge work Okujeto is done. The oversight. There are more than 40 fights he's taking on. The Snake Hotels, the oversight, plenty things around. So some people want to go and give their documents to Okujeto. Others want to deal with me. You know the work Dominovo is done. You remember how, look at the work. So please,
it seems an appear as an option, but you have to be substantiated.
And please, before we move on,
but you see, there's a constitutional basis for some of the things that does not require a state agency. No, relax. Read this one for me. Read Article 41 for me.
41, citizens to help fight.
No, you read Article
41. Citizens must.
But it's supposed to be done within the confinement of the
No, there is nothing illegal.
There's no said thing. So you read Article 40. Article 49, 41.
Yes, it's
41. Part of state policy, right?
Yeah, read 41.
State policy.
No, yes.
This is The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen.
Every citizen.
To F, right? Protect and preserve public property.
Hold on. Protect and preserve public property. Continue.
Yes. And expose and combat misuse.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And waste of public funds.
Yes.
And property.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
this
when you want to do that, what do you do?
Constitutional responsibility on Martin Domelevo and others. And this time they are acting
but
as a
how
committee.
do they do that? How?
Thank you.
Within the confinements of the law.
All they are supposed to do is to protect
You don't receive
the supreme
evidences
law of the land.
which is the sole preserve of a state institution.
One last point.
But how do you protect public property without the benefit of information?
Go and inform the CID. Go and inform the AG.
Last point. Understand the ambassador to Spain has not yet taken office, and people are in hotels spending about 1,550 euros in a hotel. I've seen it on social media. Please,
so we'll have to check.
Our ambassador to Spain, if you've not yet taken office, I understand there is a residence for the ambassador. So what's her family doing in a hotel?
Maybe oral.
It's on social media.
Oh
yeah,
so
lots of people have sent it.
So it will be of interest to you.
Yes, but in the meantime, Minister of Foreign Affairs, they say your ambassador to Spain, there is a official residence, and yet the ambassador's family is in a hotel. Please answer it, because it's on social media.
Okay.
It's on social media.
It should be of concern to you.
No.